Might as well start a little early, being the summer or spring came a little late, so we'll get going. Well, welcome to the Rochester Button Kickoff. This will be my 16th time as mayor that I will be presiding at this, but it's been good. I was reflecting back, which long before I was mayor, but that very first one, which was that celebration of a city, and up at the Foundation House, I think, remember that? Willard Scott was there. Today Show was doing that, and we had a big Clydesdale, I remember, up there on that one. So back in 1983, big event. That's when we had the North American Clydesdale show here every year for about 5-6 years too. That was always fun. So it did start back then, Rochester's 125th anniversary. And they thought it was going to be a one-time celebration, weekend thing. And now it takes over 9 days to feature all these 70 family-friendly events. So this is, as I said, the 36th year for the anniversary, and it's the super celebration. And I don't get to many movies, but what's the one right now that has all the great people that are... The Avengers? This is what it reminded me of too, and I saw that too. So it's great. So at this time, I'd like to introduce the person that came up with this theme, the chairperson, Charlie Brede. Brandon, where's Charlie? I can't see you, Charlie. The lights are too bright.
It's tough when you're a star.
Go to it.
I thank you, Mayor Brede, and thank you for all your support of Rochesterfest over the years, because it's a very important part of our community to have the city involved. Before we get to the buttons, I'd like to remind everyone that Rochesterfest is less than 6 weeks away without snow. The dates are June 16th through the 24th. Our main home will once again be Soldiers Field, but many events will also take place throughout the city. Many Rochesterfest traditions are coming back: the $1,000 treasure hunt, country breakfast on the farm, family fun and sports night, karaoke night, TGIF bash, party in the park, hot air balloons, and more. There's plenty of great food options, plus the beer tent is always open. Well, that's a lot. We are also excited to announce the return of a couple of longtime popular events. After a 4-year absence, the Wiener Dog races are back. And the $1 million hole-in-one shootout returns, with all the proceeds benefiting the First Tee and the Elks Care Elk Share program. This year's finals will be held at Soldiers Field Golf Course on hole number 3, where a handful of golfers will have their chance to win $1 million. And that will be at 7 o'clock, so if you have a chance, maybe you'll be able to see somebody win $1 million. New this year, Family Service Rochester is bringing out Once a Playhouse to Rochesterfest. 3 Rochester area builders built playhouses will be on display and ready for kids to play. All 3 will be raffled off at the end of the fest. We're also offering free midday trolley rides to the fest again this year, sponsored by Krenlo. In addition to our regular downtown trolley route from Marriott, we also have added a park and ride option. People will be able to park in the Salvation Army store parking lot near Kmart, take the trolley to the fest and back on weekdays from 11 to 2 to eliminate the parking problems close to the facility. Just look for signs. And finally, this year's Grand Parade, sponsored by Clement Chevrolet, will be Saturday, June 23rd at 2 p.m. This year's Grand Marshal is local football legend, broadcaster, and Boulder Option President Darrell Thompson. We encourage people to come down to the park before the parade for our classic car show, petting zoo, live music, games, and more. After the parade, everyone's invited to come to Soldiers Field for our party in the park celebration. The whole week will be a ton of fun. At this time, I'd like to bring the Rochesterfest chairperson, Christine Erke, who will present the check to this year's winner, button designer, and sell the mayor his first button.
Good morning. Well, before I present the check, I'd like to take a moment to thank Home Federal Savings Bank for once again being our Rochesterfest button sponsor. So Angie Rousted, one of the VPs at Home Federal in Rochester, is here today along with her coworker Amy. Please stand. Thank you, Home Federal, for your support. Each year, Rochesterfest holds a button contest where anyone can submit a design, and then we narrow it down to the top 5, and the public votes for their favorite design online or on Facebook. This year's winning button was designed by the same person who designed last year's buttons, the talented marketing and business manager of Olmsted Medical Center, Wes Dolman. Wes, please come on up. Congratulations, Wes. On behalf of Rochesterfest, I'm pleased to present you with this check for $500.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And Wes is going to stick around, so after we get the mayor's button, you can get an autograph button bought. Still only $5. Oh, I should have checked with Wes on that though. The buttons will be sold at over 35 area retailers, including Quick Trip and Hy-Vee, and they're only $5 each. And the proceeds benefit Rochesterfest and its family-friendly events. Plus, there's also 20 different button bargains to take advantage of during the week. So buying that, you get different discounts at area businesses. So we need to sell the mayor the first Rochesterfest button for this year, but the last button as the mayor of the city of Rochester. So a little bittersweet moment. Mayor Brede, please come on up so we can sell you your button. Oh, yeah. Didn't tell you that, huh? Anybody got $5 for the mayor? All right, he's got it covered. He plans well.
Actually, I always buy the one, but I have granddaughters that always say, Grandpa, did you get us a button? So I've got to take care of that too, so I will get 4 of them.
Wonderful. So we have the button here that
I'll put on.
and we'll let you put that on. And then we'll let the mayor wrap up our event this morning. I'll leave your other ones here.
Very good. Take the money too. So, yeah, this, after the long spring or winter that went forever, it does seem to be kind of almost like, wow, here we are already. And the weather is now kind of almost summery-like, although it sounds like we might get a little bit chillier this week, but it's great. And encourage everyone to buy those buttons. It's important to get some money in the bank before some of these things that occur during the summer. And I just want to mention too, I really appreciate that you're going to have that parade on my birthday this year, so that's nice. I'll celebrate that as well. But thanks so much. Again, Rochesterfest, the super celebration, June 16th through the 24th. And it'll be another great time. And Wes, you're also going to take care of the weather.
I'm going to do my best.
That'll be good. So cool button, neat. Did you already know that movie was coming out that kind of had that theme too with those comic book marvels that are on there? So again, thanks to everybody that works on all this. I'm just amazed when you come and you're going to just, here's the button, but we already got the brochures. All those events are listed in there, and it will be a good time for everyone. As Charlie said, the whole week will be a ton of fun, so good enough. Thanks, and thanks to everybody that'll be working all those weeks or those days in that week. And it's a great location at Soldier Field. So again, congratulations to those that have worked on this for 36 years. Some of you, I think, I'm looking at Carol there. Were you with the original one? You weren't with that one. Well, Hazama was there, and so we might have to get him out and be a part of this as well. But again, thanks so much, and Chris, thank you so much too as well. Thank you.